Since 2022, the purchasing power of the American middle class has been going down fast. Inflation is kicking our collective asses, and the dream of a comfortable life is fading. We're told we're the richest nation, yet the middle class is shrinking rapidly. For those clinging to middle-class life, the water's starting to feel a lot like debt. Remember vacations? Those magical times when you'd pack up the family minivan and actually go somewhere? With costs skyrocketing, vacations are becoming a luxury. Gas prices? Don't even get me started. Eating out? A family of four could rack up a bill that rivals your mortgage. Summer camp? Those halcyon days of canoeing, friendship bracelets, and learning valuable life lessons like how to subtly steal the best snacks from the communal pantry. But hold on to your bug spray, kids, because those carefree summers might be gone faster than you can say kumbaya. See, sending your kid to summer camp these days is less about reconnecting with nature and more about reconnecting with your overdraft limit. We're talking exorbitant daily fees that make private school tuition look like a bargain bin find. We need to find a way to make summer camp accessible again because, frankly, the alternative, having your kids underfoot for 3 months straight, sounds like a special kind of hell. Childcare. You know, that essential service that allows parents to, actually work and contribute to the economy? Well, buckle up because the cost of childcare in this country is about as rational as a toddler on a sugar high. We're talking astronomical figures here, folks. Monthly fees that rival rent payments and in some cases even surpass them. It's like we're being punished for daring to procreate. And the worst part? This isn't some luxury service we're talking about. Nappies, snacks, maybe a rousing game of peekaboo. It's a lose-lose situation and, frankly, one that's becoming increasingly unsustainable. Remember when one parent staying home was an option? Those days are fading faster than a tan line in October. With rising costs, it's more of a luxury now. Living on one income is like parallel parking a school bus. Grocery trips feel like a bank heist, and luxuries like dining out and vacations are distant memories. Education. Private school often means remortgaging your house. Rising tuition fees are absurd, out of reach for many. Annual fees rival a house down payment. We need to make quality education accessible to all. Homeownership. The cornerstone of the American dream, a symbol of stability and increasingly a cruel joke. Because let's face it, in this market, buying a home is about as likely as finding a unicorn riding a Roomba on your front lawn. Between sky-high demand and prices that climb faster than a cat stuck in a tree, even a modest starter home is out of reach for many. We're talking bidding wars that make the Hunger Games look like a friendly game of Monopoly. The truth is, the dream of owning a home is slipping further and further away for many Americans, particularly millennials and Gen Z, who are saddled with student loan debt and stagnant wages. Insurance. You know that thing you pay for hoping you'll never have to use? Hold on to your wallets, folks, because insurance premiums are skyrocketing faster than a squirrel on caffeine. Health insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, you name it, it's more expensive than ever before. And the deductibles? Don't even get me started. The irony is that as insurance becomes more expensive, it also seems to cover less and less. And the saddest part, many Americans are forced to forego insurance altogether, leaving them vulnerable to financial ruin in the event of an unexpected illness, accident, or natural disaster. Remember when having cable was the height of luxury? Those days are long gone, replaced by a whole new beast, the streaming service subscription spiral. Because let's be real, in this day and age, you need at least 3 different streaming services just to keep up with the latest shows. And those monthly fees? They add up faster than you can say Netflix and bills. But here's the kicker, you can't just have streaming services. You need internet access, and fast internet access at that, if you want to avoid endless buffering and the wrath of impatient family members. There you have it, the perfect recipe for entertainment-induced financial stress. Wellness. You know, that nebulous concept that encompasses everything from kale smoothies to $50 yoga classes. Wellness is quickly becoming the new luxury good, accessible only to those with deep pockets and an even deeper desire to achieve peak physical and mental optimization. Gone are the days when a simple jog around the park and a balanced diet were considered sufficient. It's all about personal trainers, dietitians, life coaches, and boutique fitness classes with names like Soul Cycle and Barry's Boot Camp that sound more like cult gatherings than exercise studios. Remember the food pyramid? That simple guide to healthy eating that encouraged us to load up on fruits, vegetables, and whole grains? It seems like the food pyramid has been replaced by a food skyscraper, with the most nutritious options perched precariously at the top, far out of reach for many Americans. Because let's face it, eating healthy in this day and age is expensive. Organic produce costs a small fortune. Grass-fed beef? You might as well hand over your firstborn child. The sad reality is that healthy food is becoming increasingly out of reach for low and middle-income families, who are often forced to choose between putting food on the table and putting nutritious food on the table. Remember when owning the latest iPhone was a status symbol? Those days are so 2019, because in this hyper-connected, constantly upgrading world, keeping up with the latest technology is less about status and more about a constant drain on your bank account. Every year there's a new phone, a new laptop, a new smartwatch, all promising to revolutionize your life. And every year we're tempted to upgrade, to trade in our perfectly functional devices for the shiny new model with the slightly better camera and the marginally faster processor. But the truth is, this constant cycle of upgrading is not only unsustainable for our wallets, but it's also incredibly wasteful. The environment, climate change is real, it's here, and it's all of our responsibility to do our part to protect this fragile planet. But here's the thing, going green, at least in the way that's often marketed to us, is expensive. We're talking solar panels, electric cars, energy-efficient appliances, all worthy investments to be sure, but ones that often come with a hefty upfront cost. It's a classic catch-22. We need to act urgently to address climate change, but the very actions we need to take are often out of reach for those who are most vulnerable to its effects. Healthcare. Or more specifically, let's talk about the elephant-sized, medical bill-shaped elephant in the room that is the American healthcare system. Because let's be honest, healthcare in this country is about as affordable as a private island vacation. We're talking sky-high deductibles, exorbitant co-pays, and prescription drug prices that make you want to self-medicate with essential oils and a good cry. And don't even get me started on the cost of specialized medical treatments, which can quickly bankrupt even families with good insurance. The sad reality is that for many Americans, getting sick is a luxury they simply can't afford. Remember retirement? Those mythical golden years filled with travel, hobbies, and spending time with loved ones? Hold on to your dentures, folks, because retirement is looking less like a tropical getaway and more like a staycation in your own living room. Because the truth is, retiring comfortably is becoming increasingly difficult. The cost of living continues to rise, eating away at retirement savings. Healthcare costs are skyrocketing, and pensions are becoming as rare as a unicorn wearing a monocle. The sad reality is that many Americans are facing a retirement filled with financial anxiety. So, there you have it. 15 things that are becoming increasingly out of reach for the average American family. The American dream, once a beacon of hope and opportunity, is starting to feel more and more like a distant memory. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening, the middle class is shrinking, and the cost of living continues to rise. It's a recipe for economic instability, social unrest, and a generation disillusioned with the promise of a better future. We need to demand better from our elected officials, fight for economic justice, and create a society that works for everyone, not just the privileged few. So, America, I have to ask, how are these issues affecting you? Are you feeling the squeeze? Are you worried about the future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet, it's about real people, real lives, and the future of our country. We need to start having honest conversations about these challenges and demand better from our leaders, because the American dream shouldn't be a lottery ticket. It should be a promise that we can all strive for and achieve. Thanks for watching. And if you want to stay informed and engaged on these critical issues, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.